Have you ever imagined being swallowed whole by a fish? Not just any fish, but a Goliath, a behemoth of the deep, a creature so massive it could swallow you in a single gulp. The Goliath grouper, a fish that can grow up to 2.7 meters long and weigh as much as 360 kilograms, is a real-life sea monster with an appetite to match. Its massive size and vacuum-like suction-feeding method make it a formidable predator, capable of swallowing prey whole. But what happens to those unfortunate enough to end up in the belly of this beast? Let's take an imaginative journey into the digestive system of a Goliath grouper to understand what it might be like to be swallowed alive. You might even find yourself strangely fascinated by the inner workings of this magnificent creature. So, buckle up and get ready for a wild ride through the alimentary canal of a Goliath grouper. It's a journey you won't soon forget. Imagine, if you will, the jaws of a Goliath grouper as it prepares to engulf its prey. The sheer size of its mouth, a gaping maw lined with rows of sharp backward-facing teeth, is enough to send shivers down your spine. These teeth aren't designed for chewing but rather for grabbing and holding on to prey, preventing escape as the fish prepares to swallow its meal whole. As the Goliath grouper opens its mouth, a vacuum-like suction is created, pulling water and anything unfortunate enough to be in its path into its cavernous throat. The pressure change is so intense it can be felt from meters away. As the Goliath grouper opens its mouth, you're caught in the current, pulled inexorably towards those razor-sharp teeth. The water around you churns and froths as the Goliath prepares to swallow, and then darkness. The initial shock of being swallowed whole is overwhelming. You're plunged into darkness, the salty water replaced by a thick, slimy mucus that coats your skin. The smell is overpowering, a pungent mix of fish, seawater, and something else you can't quite place. You can feel the muscular walls of the Goliath grouper's esophagus contracting and relaxing around you, propelling you further down into the darkness. The pressure increases, squeezing the air out of your lungs. You're surrounded by the sounds of digestion, low rumbles, gurgles, and pops, a symphony of noises that are both fascinating and slightly terrifying. The darkness is absolute, but you can sense movement around you. You're jostled and bumped by other creatures, some larger than you, some smaller, all caught in the same digestive maelstrom. It's a chaotic, overwhelming sensory experience, a constant reminder that you're trapped inside a living, breathing creature. As you slide further down the esophagus, the rhythmic contractions propel you toward the Goliath grouper's stomach. This is where the real digestive action begins. The stomach of a Goliath grouper is a muscular sac, filled with digestive juices that are incredibly acidic. These juices contain enzymes that break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, essentially liquefying the Goliath grouper's meal. The stomach walls churn and contract, mixing the food with digestive juices and further breaking it down. The acidity is intense, burning your skin and making your eyes water. The Goliath grouper's stomach is also home to a variety of bacteria and other microorganisms that aid in the digestive process. These microorganisms break down complex molecules, making nutrients more readily available for absorption. It's a fascinating example of symbiosis, where different organisms work together for mutual benefit. One of the biggest challenges you face inside the Goliath grouper is the lack of air. You're a land mammal, your lungs craving oxygen. Inside the fish, you're surrounded by water, but it's not the kind you can breathe. Panic starts to set in as you realize the gravity of your situation. Your heart pounds, trying desperately to circulate oxygen to your vital organs. Your breathing becomes shallow and rapid as you try to conserve what little air remains in your lungs. Every breath is a struggle, a reminder of your dwindling time. The Goliath grouper, of course, is perfectly adapted to its aquatic environment. Your time is running out. As you journey through the Goliath grouper's digestive system, you're witnessing a biological marvel in action. The digestive tract of this fish is a complex and efficient system, perfectly adapted to breaking down large prey. From the powerful muscles of the esophagus to the acidic environment of the stomach, every part of the digestive system plays a crucial role. After the stomach, partially digested food moves into the intestines, where further breakdown and absorption of nutrients take place. The intestines are lined with a network of blood vessels that absorb nutrients into the bloodstream, providing the Goliath grouper with the energy it needs to survive. The Goliath grouper also has a liver and pancreas, organs that play important roles in digestion. These organs work in concert to ensure that the Goliath grouper can extract the maximum amount of nutrients from its food. Waste products from digestion are eventually excreted through the anus. The Goliath grouper is a true giant of the fish world. Adults can reach lengths of up to 2.7 meters and weigh as much as 360 kilograms. That's about the size of a small refrigerator or a motorcycle. To put it in perspective, that's bigger than most humans. Their size is both impressive and intimidating. Imagine coming face to face with a Goliath grouper in the wild. Their sheer bulk, combined with their powerful tails and sharp teeth, makes them an apex predator, feared by other fish in their environment. But don't let their size fool you. Goliath groupers are actually quite docile towards humans. They are not known to attack humans unless provoked or threatened. Goliath groupers are found in tropical and subtropical waters of the Atlantic Ocean, including the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico. They prefer shallow coastal areas, such as reefs, wrecks, and mangroves, where they can find plenty of food and shelter. These fish are solitary creatures, spending most of their time alone or in small groups. They are ambush predators, lurking in the shadows and waiting for unsuspecting prey to swim by. When they spot a meal, they strike with lightning speed, opening their massive mouths and creating a vacuum that sucks in their prey. Goliath groupers are opportunistic feeders, meaning they will eat just about anything they can fit in their mouths. Their diet consists mainly of fish, crustaceans, and cephalopods. They have even been known to eat small sharks and sea turtles. Despite their size and strength, Goliath groupers face a number of threats, many of which are caused by human activities. Overfishing is a major concern, as these fish are slow to reproduce and their populations can take a long time to recover from overexploitation. Habitat destruction is another threat, as coastal development and pollution degrade the reefs, mangroves, and other habitats that Goliath groupers rely on for food and shelter. Climate change is also a concern, as rising water temperatures and ocean acidification could have negative impacts on Goliath grouper populations. Fortunately, there are efforts underway to protect these magnificent creatures. In the United States, Goliath groupers are protected under the Endangered Species Act, which prohibits their harvest or possession. International conservation organizations are also working to raise awareness about the plight of Goliath groupers and promote sustainable fishing practices. It's crucial that we continue to protect Goliath groupers and their habitats to ensure that these gentle giants continue to roam the oceans for generations to come. Back to you, trapped inside the Goliath grouper. The odds of survival are slim but not impossible. Remember those stories of sailors surviving inside whales? It's the stuff of legends, but stranger things have happened. Perhaps you find a way to signal your distress to the outside world. Maybe the Goliath grouper accidentally swims too close to the surface, allowing a glimmer of sunlight to penetrate its stomach. A rescue, however improbable, could be within reach. Or maybe, just maybe, you discover an escape route. But even if escape eludes you, your journey inside the Goliath grouper has been an eye-opening experience. You've witnessed firsthand the power and efficiency of nature, the intricate workings of a living creature, and the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Our journey through the belly of the beast, while fantastical, offers a glimpse into the fascinating world of the Goliath grouper. This giant fish, capable of swallowing prey whole, showcases the power of natural selection and adaptation. Its massive size, powerful suction feeding, and efficient digestive system make it an apex predator in its environment. We've explored the sensory experience of being engulfed by a Goliath grouper, imagining the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations one might encounter. While the likelihood of surviving a trip through a Goliath grouper's digestive system is slim, the experience highlights the delicate balance of life in the ocean and the importance of conserving these magnificent creatures. The Goliath grouper, with its awe-inspiring size and vital role in the ecosystem, serves as a reminder of the beauty and fragility of the natural world.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narrations.